Alright, so this time I decided to use the Focusrite with the camera, but the audio is going directly to the camera, which is a Nikon Z6 that my wife gifted me. So last time I just did it directly from the Focusrite, but I noticed there was a little bit of delay. So there might not be a delay anymore, but now there might be a sound buffer difference now. So anyway, so what I wanted to do today is just show you a little bit of the timeline from where I started to where I am and now. So let me go ahead and show you. And where I should have started off is basically just a timeline. So if I show you here, more or less I started in 2023, September of 2023 with this, and I want to show you where I'm at now, which is August. And as an FYI, this is my baby's birthday this month, so it's kind of cool, kind of symbolic as far as that goes. So as you can see, I started from 2D animation. I hope to show you a little bit something a little bit different from where I showed you last time. But more importantly, I wanted to show you the projection between 2D and 3D. So let's see here. So this is where I ended up with, but I believe that I showcased this one in sometime in December, I believe. This is when I kind of take it out. So this character I reanimated and it doesn't have a face. Very similarly, so let me show you the date here. So September, release date of this. So I guess it took me about a month. And then once I started doing the 3D, so this would be it right here. That's January. So let's see a little bit of the difference between 2D and 3D. And primarily what I want to focus here is that I focused first on getting, the first version of this was just random trees. This one is more or less drawn to scale. But one of the things that I wanted you to see here is that this 3D character has been reworked, and this one doesn't have a face. So let's see if we can zoom in here. Oh, I'm already in his face. So yeah, look at the hair. Yeah, there's a lot of things that I've worked on so far, including, let's see if I can try this with one hand and hold the mic. Shouldn't be holding, see this head, I mean, it really has no feet. I apologize for this. I shouldn't be holding the mic in one hand, but anyway, so here you can see I tried out as much detail as I could to these are known as huaraches. It doesn't have huaraches on. It's just, yeah. But what I wanted it to do, I think it did pretty good. Alright, so there's that. After this, I wanted to focus on drawing scale, which is what I did for this one. The first version didn't have any scale at all, so that's one of the things that I focused on after that. At first, it was basically just animating as best as possible, and after I actually usually use it for my height, which is 5'6", and draw the scale of the sequoia trees and the redwood trees in California. So this is the next step, which was the Vicz step, and this began in April. There was some playing around here, so that's January, April. I wanted to focus on animating the character. so that I can fully work on rigging this character. And I'm there now, but I want to show you where I started. This is in May. Again, we are now in August, so let's see what happened in May. So I started working on the huaraches, and what I'll do, it's interesting because this took me the longest to create. So this is in May, and then on the 8th attempt that is, and let's see what month that is. It is on July 14th, so May, June, July, around 3 months. And again, give or take, I would do maybe like an hour, 2 hours a week at most. Sometimes I wouldn't do anything at all. The challenging part to this was that I used Bezier curves, or Bezier curves. I really don't know how to say it. And I realized way later that it probably wasn't the best thing to use. But this is the huarache, and I feel pretty proud of it. But if you zoom in, it gets a little messy here in this area because I actually tried to web in the Bezier lines and Bezier curves. I use the staples because the huarache has staples, including with the nails. And I'll show you here a reference of what it actually looks like. So these are huaraches that I actually have. Let's see. So there's a huarache right here. So this is my huarache that I wear on a regular. It's got beat up. I've had it for many years now. I've since retired this huarache, but I feel pretty proud of doing all of this. And yeah, like I mentioned, so there's a lot of Bezier curves in here. Let's see what they call this. Yeah, Bezier curves. And I learned a lot in the process, such as perforating these holes, lining up Bezier lines. Like I mentioned, I probably should have gone with an object or a mesh to begin with, but I decided to try it out. And you learn a lot in the process. So there was a lot of that. A lot of reworking it, and yeah, I feel pretty content with it. So yeah, so this is what you see here. So I guess the interesting part, the funny part is that I'll show you the one that I'm working on right now. So I guess the interesting part to all of that is that you can't really see the huarache in the final product, which I'm okay with. I'm all about. So this is my character, and let me show you. Let me check what date this was. So good info. So this is July. A few days later. So again, May, June, July, 3 months or so to get the huarache. After I got the huarache, it's been about a month of me rigging or creating the skeleton for my character. And I would say that I'm almost there in regards to getting the skeleton working where it should. But again, the funniest part for me is knowing that you can't really see the huarache for the animation. And I'm gonna figure this out, but at the moment, yeah. So again, if you look at it like this, and I really don't know how to hide this right now. I kind of said it in the question, my bad. I really don't know how to, well, I know how to hide it. I think it's somewhere in here, but I'm not going to look into it. But the point is, you can't really see the huaraches. Even though I spent, again, I don't know how many hours, maybe a week, maybe 40 hours max. I really don't think it was 40 hours, but let's say it was 40 hours. And for me to then do this rig, and I think that might have taken about 8 hours. And the reason I'm saying that is I'm saying like if I were to use a work week of how long it took, it probably would have been a week of me creating the huaraches. As far as the rig goes, I think that has taken me about 1 day in regards to hours. It's not where I want it to be, but it's almost there. And the part that I'm working on right now is getting the weights. So the idea now is that once I get the weights, I'll be able to then use this to rig my character and now use it for the scenes and tell a story. And I'll get into the story in the future, but at the moment I want this character to step away from the altar, which I animated at the beginning. And at the beginning, as you saw, I didn't have a face. So now, I also, as you can see, the hair looks a little different from the beginning. I use a Bezier curve as well to make this, and I'm more content with this. I might reduce this piece, which is the right side of his face and the left side of his face with the hair, to make it a little more leveled. In the future, I might play with textures. Well, that's the plan. I'm going to play with textures. I need to add a little pocket here to his shirt, some pockets to the pants, but at the moment I feel happy with this. And the idea is that he's going to take the first step away from the altar. And I'll just get into a little bit now. The idea is that he doesn't know where he's going, but with the fire in his hands, he has enough light to see the next step, at least the next step. I don't know where I'm going with this. I mean, I have an idea, but all I know is that I have to take the next step. And the next step is to make this character take a step. So I think that's it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you all. In the future, I'm gonna do a tour of this place, of my actual living space. I hope that me holding onto the mic is a good idea, or that's what I'm doing now. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you all. This is Vicz, Victor, Viva Victor, over and out. Thank you.